somebody, yeah. Body all the time, never takes a break, he's always right. Working all day and every night. Money all the time, he never shifts at all, he stays the same. It'll never ever change. Money all the time, he's always on his throne, it's where he rules. Forever ancient, forever new.
Hello, it's 2 o'clock on Tuesday, and that means it's time for Tuesdays with Teresa. Yay! I know somebody out there loves that and somebody out there hates it, but whatever. So you guys, it's week 10. It's week 10 of my 10-week series. So this is the my 10-week series on AI. So this is the finale. So Mighty all the time. Yeah, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Okay, here we go. So I said I'd have this figured out by the time I got off of here, didn't I? And I don't. So I don't know why. It's just something different every week. Anyway, hey, I'm Teresa. I'm Teresa Durham, and I am a project manager and owner of Teresa Durham LLC. It's a consultancy that helps organizations to solve problems and reach their goals via project management, process improvement, AI automation, and operations management. So if you're looking for that, hit me up. So like I said, this is week 10, and I've been going live every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time for 10 weeks. And I'm doing this because I love technology, first of all, and I like when we can use technology to help ourselves, whether it's in our work or play. So AI became, mainstream and the thing everybody was talking about. And I wanted people to realize that this is an important moment in time. This is something that you want to take advantage of, learn something about. And I noticed as I talked to different people that not everybody was as excited about this as I was. So I said, hey, as I learn more about AI, let me share some information with folks and let them know that it's not so scary. It's not scary. You should not be, you shouldn't ignore it because it is a big thing. Learn something about it, figure out how to use it for yourself. And that's really why I've done these sessions, is to help people to understand what it is and so forth. So anyway, I'm mumbling. Let's get on with the presentation. What do I have for you guys today? Let's recap the last 9 weeks, the things that we've covered. We've covered a lot of things. I don't know if you remember them all. So week 1, of course, you start at the beginning. We did an introduction to artificial intelligence. In that week, we talked about some of the acronyms and the terminology that's used when people talk about AI. What does AI mean? Where did it come from? When did it show up on the scene? We talked about large language models. All kinds of things. So that's what week 1 was. Week 2, I let you know that AI has been around. It hasn't just popped up in the last 2 years since it's been talked about in the mainstream. And we talked about how AI shows up in our daily lives already. Week 3, we talked about chatbots. Everybody's hearing about ChatGPT. Well, there's Gemini, which used to be, what did it used to be? Whatever. Gemini is Google's chatbot. It used to be Bard. That's what it used to be. But now it's Gemini. Gemini everything with Google now. We've got Claude, Perplexity, and then there's a whole slew of other ones. Facebook has its own. Elon Musk with X has its own. But these are the top 4 that most people use and talk about. We went over those. Week 4, we talked about how AI can help enhance productivity, and I showed you some tools that are out there, and some that I use. Fathom, which I still use for my meetings. ChatGPT, Grammarly, which I use every day in all my writing. TextFX, that was a pretty cool tool, especially if you enjoy wordplay or writing raps and songs and things. Follower and Zapier. Week 5, we talked about AI for creators. Um, we went over some specific tools. We talked about Copy AI, Canva, which I think I mentioned in one of the other videos, which has currently come out with some new features. And right now they're allowing free users to use a lot of those new features. So if you haven't checked it out, get in while you can. Suno, which is a music generator. Ideogram or ideogram, however it's pronounced. It's one of my favorite image creators. Character AI, runwayml.com, and writer.me. Week 6, I just kind of did a, not come to Jesus, but I did a kind of a heart-to-heart talk about the ubiquity in AI. It's everywhere, right? And I wanted to give a balanced view. I know I've been on here for 10 weeks now touting, hey, AI, the goodness of it. But I wanted to get real and talk about some of the things that we need to be concerned about with regard to AI. So that's what happened in week 6. And week 7, I introduced all-in-one productivity tool with, I had a special guest, Meredith. Daggone it, Meredith, I keep forgetting your last name. But her tool is Nyla AI. That was a really cool tool that everyone has access to. If you didn't watch that, go back and watch the recording and get your hands on that tool, get your feet wet. It's a really great tool. Week 8 was AI in the news. There was a lot of things going on that week. There were some big announcements with OpenAI with regard to ChatGPT, and they gave access to everybody, access 4.0, O for Omni, not 0, but 4.0. Everybody has access to it, which means everybody has access to the GPT store, the fastest large language model that they have available, and analysis and all these other things that the free version didn't have access to. So hopefully you're taking advantage of that. What else was it? Oh, Google made an announcement. I mean, Google made all kinds of announcements that week during their event. So went over all that and what I thought of it. Played some of the videos for you to let you know what some of the new features were coming. Yeah, so that's what we talked about in week 8. And then last week, went over using ChatGPT for project management. So I gave you some use cases of how you could use ChatGPT as like a PM mentor for you. And really, what I showed was one way you could do it. I just wanted to show the easiest way, but you can also create a GPT for project management. Well, if you're on the free version of ChatGPT, you can't create a GPT, but there are plenty project management GPTs out there that can help you that are already built for you. So if you haven't taken a look at the GPT store, go ahead and take a look out there. There's a one of the GPTs I did, everyone has access to now. And if you don't mind, I'll mention that. It is, what is it? It's a relocation. I can't remember what I called it, but it's a relocation assistance tool that helps you determine where in the world you might want to live based on what's important to you. And then it will help you to plan a visit there to see if it is what you want. It will help you move there if you do decide to move there. And even after you've moved, it will help you to get acclimated. It'll suggest some expat groups and things you can plug into to get comfortable in your new home. It's a really great tool. So hopefully you'll check that out. And if I can remember the name of it, I'll tell you. But anyway, yeah, that's week 1 through 9. We covered a whole lot of stuff. And I really hope it's been helpful for you. I went through and tried to select things that wouldn't be too, over your head, and I wasn't focusing on. A lot of people like to focus on the whiz bang, the ooh, that's cool type of thing. I wanted to focus on the things that could be helpful to you, whether personally or in your life, and then talk about, talk around it. So that's what I was trying to do over this past 10 weeks. The recordings for all of these sessions are on my YouTube. They're somewhere floating around on LinkedIn too, I think, as well as Facebook. But you can find them probably more quickly on my YouTube channel if you go to the Tuesdays with Teresa playlist. And my YouTube is Teresa Durham 1005. I think that's right. So the takeaways that I hope you got from this series is, number one, oh, we got some rain coming. Number one, AI is not all bad. It's not all bad. It's not. It's just not. Number two, it's not all good. There are some things we still need to work out. We need to work out the ethics of it. We need to work out copywriting creations. We need to work out how to protect people's image from being used, like in deep fakes and things like that. There's a lot of things we need to work out, and that's just how it goes with something new, right? So it's not it's nothing out of the ordinary. As with any new technology, people can do good with it. People can find ways to do bad with it. Like, I think some ridiculous some ridiculous example that I came up with in one of my series was, you take a hammer. A hammer is a great invention. You use it to drive a nail. It's great. But if somebody decides to use that hammer to beat somebody in the head with it, that's not what it was meant for. But, who invented the hammer and said, oh, one day somebody's going to bust somebody in the head with a hammer? That's a very elementary example, but it's the same thing. Technology, there's so much good that can come out of this, but there's people out there that wants to do, they just have nefarious thoughts, and they'll try to come up with ways to use it for bad intent. And we have to come up with ways to try to protect ourselves against that, and also be aware of it so we can recognize it when it's coming, right? That's just another reason to get comfortable with and get familiar with the capabilities of this technology. You can't avoid it. Don't try to act like it's not there and say, I don't have to deal with this. You do. It's something that's here to stay, and it's going to impact our lives. It's already in our lives, right? I went week 2. I showed you how we've been using AI for years. We've been interacting with it for years. Not that necessarily the chatbot thing, but the technology's been around for a long time, so you can't get away from it. It's going to impact your work. No matter what you do, AI is going to, if it hasn't already, impact how we work today. Whether it's what you do personally in your work, or how you interface with other businesses, banks, gas stations, stores, whoever you patronize, it's going to make an impact. There are ways to utilize AI to help you, help you work. I showed you several tools that can help you to do your work better, be more productive, do things faster. As I mentioned the week I did the creative thing, just because AI can create, it doesn't mean it has to replace what you do. If you create, and that's what you take pride in, it does. Use it to help what you do. Find ways that you can use AI to make your creations better, to make what you create better, to give you more time to create. Let AI do the other stuff so you don't have to spend all that time, and you can spend more time on the creating of things that you enjoy. You don't have to look at it as don't look at it as it's here to replace me, it's the enemy. And there are ways to play with it too. I mean, there are lots of, you can just surf YouTube and find all kinds of ooh, wow, whiz bang things that AI can do. I mean, I've seen some awesome images come out of AI. They're making movies with AI. I can't wait to see some of the fantasy, stories and things that come out of it. That it's exciting for me. Yeah, so AI can be used for work or play, and really just recognize that this is a pivotal moment in time, and you don't want it to pass you by. Don't look back and say, man, I wish I got involved when that girl that girl that was always talking on Tuesdays, said get involved. Get involved. I mean, even if it's a small amount, something tiny, it doesn't matter. Get involved. That's my suggestion to you. Keep on top of what's going on. You can keep following me. I'm not going to do this every Tuesday, but I will be putting content out there, whether it's posts on LinkedIn or maybe I'll do some more videos. I don't know if I'll do more lives, but yeah, I'm going to stay on top of it, and I'm going to keep putting information out there. So yeah, feel free to follow me for the news and what's going on. So I have a special treat. Hold on just a second. I gotta stop sharing so I can switch my thing here. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So this is my gift to you for hanging in there with me this 10 weeks. And it's a gift to myself too, because I love this song. So here we go.
He'll never ever change. Money all the time, noise on his shoulders, radios. Forever ancient, forever new. Money all the time, I would never cease to amaze me. And never let me go. Oh, he's somebody, money all the time. He's somebody, money all the time. Yeah. Who could pay for something to heaven and call each and every one of me? He is somebody who knows everything about what's in your mind. No other hand can be the light. Yeah, because somebody who can move a mountain, slip the sea into a maker, rain or shine. Till the darkness into light, only God Almighty. Take a nation down and raise it up again with one hand and have a party. He can't make it somebody. Money all the time, he's the one who sings attention on me. This choice over us, we're glad and glad. Money all the time, knows everything, he sees it all. To him, there's a magic
Yes. Yes. Mighty all the time, mighty. I love it. Let's see. So back to my mission. Are you seeing it? Nope, it's not shared yet. There. So yeah, you guys, I went through this. Here's my takeaways for you. It's been really, this has been fun. This doing this has been fun for me. I've learned a lot. I hope you've learned a lot. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's things are slowing down a little bit. If you can say that. I mean, things were changing from day to day at one point. It was so things were going so fast. There was always something to talk about. And this week, everything just seemed the same. So did I just lose my internet connection? No, I think I'm still here. Okay, so uh, everything sounded the same. So I didn't want to show stuff that was already been shown. Everybody's just kind of tweaking their stuff that's out there, new features and everything. So um, now is a good time for me to end my series and let some new things pop up that's meaningful. But again, you guys, it's been great. Check out the replays on YouTube if you'd like to share them with your friends, and I hope to see you around. Have a great rest of the week. And again, thank you. Bye.